So at the start of a new year, we're all excited for new Rolex models. In the Watches and Wonders April 2024, we'll see what comes out. But here's our top 5 predictions.
1, 2 with a goose, we one leaf to the side, it's still fantastic. If you drink it up, this a new record, drink it up, drink it up, drink it up. 1, 2 with a goose.
So my number 1 prediction this year, and a watch I really want to see again, is the Coke Bezel GMT Master II. So it's the red and black ceramic bezel. I would really love to see that again. I think it's just such an iconic watch. If we ever get an older vintage style one, it just flies off the shelf. I mean, personally, I'd get one anyways. But yeah, I think that will make a comeback this year. On terms with the GMT Master range, obviously we're having problems with the Pepsi bezels with the manufacturing process. I don't think they're going to discontinue it. I think that's also such an iconic model. Really sought after. It's the most sought after GMT Master II model out of the range. But I think they'll release maybe a Mark III bezel and they'll just fix the production issues. And whilst we're still discussing GMT Master IIs, I think a root beer on a Jubilee bracelet, that'd be like a holy grail. That'd be an incredible watch and yeah, something really nice. But Owen's made a visual up of what the Coke bezel would look like on the Oyster bracelet as a modern day watch. We've kind of edited it to Pepsi. Yeah, it just looks incredible.
1, 2 we one leaf to the side, it's still fantastic. If you drink it up, this a new record, drink it up, drink it up, drink it up.
So that's my number 1 prediction this year, something I really want to see, the Coke Bezel GMT Master II. So I briefly mentioned, but my second prediction is the root beer on Jubilee Bracelet. I think that'd be incredible. Obviously we've seen most of the GMT Master II range now on the Jubilee Bracelet, apart from the root beer, but all precious metal, every rose gold and stainless steel. I just think that watch would look absolutely class in a Jubilee bracelet. It'd probably do silly numbers when it comes out, no doubt still over 20k. But it has, I mean, the root beer has come down close to retail price now anyways. They are trading under list price. Shocking really, because it is a lovely watch and it's quite good value for money. But I think if they re-release that on Jubilee, it'd just give it a reincarnation. So that's my number 2 prediction. So my third prediction from the Submarin range now, because I feel like the bimetal models have come down quite a lot. They're not overly popular. I think it needs a bit of a rejig. So I feel like they should re-release the Smurf on the stainless steel variation. So stainless steel Submariner date or no date with a blue ceramic bezel and a blue dial. I think that'll just pop. That'll be incredible for the Submariner range. It'll just be something completely different, which isn't in the catalogue at the moment. So yeah, my number 3 prediction is a re-release Smurf with a stainless steel. So my 4th prediction, off the back of them releasing a titanium Yach Master, I feel like they're going to release a titanium Sea Dweller. It's a larger watch. A lot of people are kind of put off by the size. It's 43mm. It is quite heavy. It's a diving watch, really popular, but I feel like they'll release a titanium variation. It'll be super light. And obviously Rolex own Tudor's a sister brand. They have like the Pelagos and things as a larger watch, which is full titanium. So I feel like they are going to bring that down and obviously introduce it with a Sea Dweller model. Even though it's a large watch, it'll still be super light because it's titanium, extremely robust, and I think it'll just be really cool as well. Sea Dweller red writing in a titanium, that'd just be awesome. So yeah, that's my number 4 prediction for this year. So my last prediction for today is to do with the Datejust range. I feel like the bimetal versions, so the Everose and Yellow Gold, I feel like they're quite unpopular at the moment and they need a bit of sprucing up. So I feel like they should have a whole new bunch of dial variations dropped in. I feel like the green motif dial should be dropped in, or maybe a Yellow Gold bimetal. That'd look absolutely incredible. Maybe the mint green, or maybe change the tint of green slightly to suit the gold. I just think like the bimetal Datejust need a bit of sprucing up, so a nice style variation to drop in. That should be across the diamond dial ranges as well, because they are quite boring at the moment, and obviously they've increased the retail prices, so you're looking 10, 11k, 12k before you can get a bimetal Datejust. So they just need to do something a bit different to the standard sports range and put some cool dials in there, kind of like they did with the Oyster Perpetuals. Nice bright colours. They've proven to be really popular, so that's what I'd like to see this year, some change to the bimetal Datejust. That's my last prediction for today, number 5.
So that was your predictions for the watches that are going to be released.
Yeah.
What do you think is getting discontinued?
Oh, bonus content. Obviously I discussed the Pepsi, the GMT Master II. That's heavily hyped at the moment to be discontinued, and we've actually seen the price go up. So we were selling for like 16.5. 2023 is brand new. They're now selling at about 18. So compared to last year and COVID and things, they've actually crept up again. One of the watches that we have seen go up in value, which is quite rare at the moment. Personally, I think it's just such an iconic watch. I don't feel like they're going to discontinue it. When we released it in 2018, the first line of production, they actually changed from a Mark I bezel to a Mark II. I don't know the reasons behind it, but they did change the bezel, slight colour change on the bezel. But I feel like they're just going to fix the production issues and maybe have a Mark III bezel, and that'll be it. Too much of a big hit really to just knock it on the head at the moment.
What are the production issues that people are talking about?
I think the bezels are just too brittle. So if we've had a couple of chaps in with, they've kind of like put chips in the glass on the sapphire and they've wanted the glass replaced. A lot of jewelers now are like refusing to replace glass or do things with the bezel and things because they're just cracking too easy. As soon as they take the bezel off, it'll just crack. I don't know what differentiates between like a Batgirl or Batman and a Pepsi. Obviously that's down to Rolex, they'll know in the factories, but for some reason it's just specific to the Pepsi bezels that I'm having problems with. But I feel like they should just fix the production issues and then release like a Mark III bezel and that'd be it sorted. I actually had a chap in fairly local to us last week. His bezel was perfectly fine. He sent his watch to Rolex to get the glass replaced and it's come back with a cracked bezel and they've handed it back to him with a cracked bezel. Now he's having to go through the whole rigmarole of proving that they've done it, but even Rolex have done it themselves where they've damaged the ceramic bezel. It's just cracked. You can kind of tell when something's in the news about it because you just get phone calls all the time for like a specific watch. For some reason a lot of people are wanting an Explorer 2 polar dials now. The demand for that has just gone through the roof in the past 3 weeks and I don't understand why because there's not much going on, but who knows, somebody might know something.
We've had a lot of interest online as well on a lot of our posts or unboxings as well about the Explorer 2 polar dial.
Yeah, well we had a handful in stock, they all sold. Then we had a couple coming last week, they've sold. Then I sourced another 3 for clients, they've sold, and I've got like another 2 clients wanting one as well. So who knows, maybe it's just changing taste at the moment. I feel like Rolex keep an eye on the market themselves. I think they're pretty good at doing that. And obviously when something's really sought after, it's good, it's in demand. But I feel like if they see it come down quite heavily in the market, kind of look at it and decide then whether to discontinue it because it does then create the spike again, and did that with the John Mayer Daytona. There was such a fluctuation in their prices and it came right down and then it got discontinued and doubled in value almost again. Kind of like the Day Olives had a similar history and I feel it's time to let that one go. Yeah, so I feel like the Day Olives had a similar market fluctuation. It's come right down now, which I can't understand because it's such a beautiful watch. One of my personal favourites. If you were going to get a Day, that'd be the one to get, wouldn't it?
Oh, the chocolate.
Well, the Olive's like more hyped. Like for the past couple of years, that was always like looked at every year to be discontinued because it was an anniversary for the Day watch, but it's still here. So I feel like that'll be on the chopping block this year. Sky Dweller.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've just brought them out on the Jubilee. They are really, really nice. Chapping this morning tried on the blue dial with the oyster bracelet. He wants a Jubilee next. I'm not too fussy. I think the Jubilee looks really good on the Sky Dweller. And because it's a bigger watch, it does sit comfortably. It's kind of like when you've got a Datejust though with a fluted bezel and a Jubilee bracelet. And when you rotate it in the light, it just pings off. And now they've got a larger Jubilee bracelet on a 42mm fluted bezel. It just reflects, it just looks awesome, it looks really nice. Like I said in my predictions earlier, with the bimetal Datejust, it's similar with the bimetal Sky Dwellers. They're not very popular at all. They're trading below retail price. If they can mix it up and bring some new dial variations, maybe like a green across, that'd just be awesome straight away. People would want that.
So you think Yach Masters are next to have like an overhaul?
I would probably say so, yeah. They've released the titanium version. There's not many come on the market though, to be fair. But you've got the stainless steel with the blue and rhodium dial. That's all you've got to choose from. I think even if they brought it on with a black dial, I think that'd look really nice with a sandblasted and platinum bezel.
Yeah.
I think that would just a nice clean, maybe a bit of red text on there, kind of like the rhodium has with the light blue. You had a red sweeping hand and a red text. To be honest, that'd do really well. I think the Yach Master just needs a couple more variations in there to kind of spruce up their range as well. Quite excited to see what they'll release this year and what they'll discontinue this year. Obviously everybody tries to predict it, nobody knows.
Yeah, it's sort of
just see what happens really. There's probably one person in Rolex that's sat there knowing exactly what's going on right now.
Yeah, I think that's the fun of it though.
It is, yeah, I quite enjoy it. It is nice because you handle watches for a full year and then March, April, new stuff starts to come out. It's not just Rolex. Watches and Wonders has got like pretty much every brand there. You know, like AP, Patek. And I quite like to see what Tudor do as well.
To me, Tudor seem, because they're the sister brand of Rolex and they're the, in air quotes, cheaper alternative.
Yeah.
They seem to be more willing to take risks. To kind of be like, oh, here's basically the Smurf in a black bit.
It's funny you say that though, because they brought out the Pelagos LHDs, which is the left-handed Tudor, and then they brought out the GMT Master II Sprite, left-handed Rolex. If you're saying that though, they've actually just brought the black bit out with a full red bezel on a Jubilee. So who knows, could be a full red bezel GMT. Get rid of the Pepsi. So that's my top 5 predictions from 2024 with Rolex, and obviously a bit of discussion with Owen about what I think will be discontinued this year. Don't worry guys, we don't really have a back door to get a Rolex Coke. It's all edited, but let us know in the comments what you think is going to be discontinued this year, I think it's going to be released. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe.